Hi fellas, Nige back here again with another inbox review. You have to excuse the dressing out. It's a bit chilly in my room because I don't have any heating. So there you are. Anyway, moving on to the review. It's actually two reviews, but I'll only be doing one kit. So the reason I say it's two reviews because we're going to be looking at Hobby 2000's A-10C. Now this is a special schemes one. So this one you can see how he's got the three-tone C camo, and we also have this one, okay, Operation Ironite Resolve. All right, so these are both based off the same kit. Okay, so they're both based off the Academy plastic. In this one you get 4 special schemes. Okay, and in this one we get 3 overall grey camo schemes. All right, so what I'll do, we'll get onto the overhead and we'll look at the actual instructions and the plastic and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so as always we start with the instruction manual. Okay, so these probably I don't know, they're going to be very similar to the Academy ones, I would have thought. Okay, front page we've got that lovely photo of one of the schemes, so it's the Memphis Belle 3, and then we've got our colour charts, okay, with AK Interactive, Ammo, Attacker, Mystical Colour, Rebel, Tamiya and Vallejo. Okay, so you can see them all there. So you've got quite a lot of different manufacturers there. Going straight on into the actual instructions themselves, you can see that we start with, first off, we start off with the wheel well, okay, and the nose, put the actual undercarriage built up here, going into the undercarriage itself. In undercarriage bay, we've got some masking sheets, which I will show you in a bit. We then move on to building the seat itself, which then goes into the cockpit. We've got the instrument panel and the combing, which then goes into the fuselage and the other fuselage half going on there. We then move on to adding the lower nose of the fuselage, and then we've got the main one-piece slip molded main fuselage part just there. We have a pilot that we can paint up before we start adding some of the pylons for the ordnance. Move on to the wings. Okay, so we've got the flaps extended, we've got the wing halves, we've got the wheel bay and the main wheel bay nacelle. We then move on to, let's see if I can see it. That's probably, looks like it's a guiding pod, again with some of the masking parts. We've got the other wing going on, pylons, and then the weapons. Okay, so obviously the A-10 is known for not only its gun, but its massive amount of weapons it can actually carry. The other wing, okay, again exactly the same, some more ordnance. The main wheels, looks like we've got weight on wheels, and then the actual wings joining onto the fuselage. The nose going on with the rotary gun cannon. Okay, well, I'll look, see how good that one is. We've got the massive tail fin going on, and the vertical stabilizers. A massive fuel tank that goes on there. Then we're looking at the engines going into the actual aircraft. We've got the forward like slats, the canopy, the forward windshield going onto the aircraft, and then we've got the sprue map at the back. Okay, looking at the painting options. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So we've got Memphis Belle 3 by Captain Lyndon Mad Johnson of the Thunderbolt 2 demonstration team. We've got the 100 years of the 163rd Fighter Squadron, the Black Snakes, Fort Wayne, obviously with a snake on the front. We've got the 100th anniversary of the 104 Fighter Squadron, Warefield, Maryland. And then lastly, we've got the 4th one, which is Major Cody Wilton, the Thunderbolt 2 demonstration team. So there you can see all the colour profiles, the decal placing for all the ordnance, and then the last one, okay, with the invasion stripes on there. Put the decals to one side for a minute and we'll get straight into the plastic. If I can get it out, that is. There we are. So what it looks like, we've got 2 sprues of the same, so we'll just put one of those away. And you can see now we've got some nice detail on here. So the engines, we've got raised engines with the compressor fans. We've got the wheels with the weight on there and some other little bits walking around. The pilot on there as well. The rear of the engines. Okay. Next up we have the forward fuselage bay. So we've got the nose wheel opening, and this is like underneath the cockpit. And again, we've got some really nice riveting detail on there. We've got our undercarriage bay and our instrument panel, and again, it's lovely detail on there. And in the wheel bay, the nose there, I think it's a nose anyway, with some nice rivet detail, which is going to get lost because you're going to get rid of that. I don't know if you can see it. There's a seam line that goes straight down there. Even though this is one piece and a seam line that goes down there, you can probably see I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, so that's going to be a little issue. Then move on to the wings. So we've got our wings, and also a big panel art, big wing these, okay, but it's got some nice refined riveting and panel detail on the wing. We've got some control surfaces here, again with some nice rivet detail on there. The engine rings are on here. We've then got the lower wings, again some nice molded details. We've then got the tail and some of the control surface, some of the flaps. So we've got the tail back here, and again it's got some nice recessed and raised rivet detail. Same on the actual horizontal stabilizer just here. And also this is I think this is the lower part of the tail. We've got part of the spine just here, and again some nice raised and recessed details. We've got part of the wheel nacelles here, and again some nice detail for the I don't know whether they're flaps or dive flaps or what they are, but yeah, some really nice detail there. Final big sprue. Why is it being a pain on the backside? So it's got to be there. and there. 2 minutes. Good thing I'm keeping this one. About that. Okay, so we've got the nose. Okay, nose wheel bay, the cockpit on here, and we'll just work our way around. So again, some nice detail on here. The weight on wheels with a little bit of tyre tread on there. I like how they've done the nose one, so the hub is on the back side of that one. Some wheels, pipes, injection seat, pylons. Some nice detail in the actual cockpit. You can see all the buttons and switches. What I've not seen as yet is the cannon, so that must be on another sprue. Okay, so here we've got the halves of the fuel tanks with the fins, some pods and all that sort of good stuff. Again, it's really nicely done. So now we're moving on to the engine and the tail. Okay, so the engines themselves are all one piece, which is brilliant. No seams, though you've got just a mold line just to get rid of either side. But other than that, again, some lovely raised and recessed detail all around that. We've then got the actual main fuselage. Okay, so it'll go that way around. No seam lines, but we have mold lines to get rid of down there, and down there. Okay, they shouldn't be too hard to actually get rid of. Okay, not because it's going back down there, but they're there, so I need to be aware of. But again, this is all raised and recessed detail, so all the rivets that you see on here are all raised. And the panel lines are all recessed. And then we move on to the nose. Okay, so the nose, all one piece again with the mold line to get rid of, there and round there. All recessed detail. Move on to the gun, which is slightly, it is drilled out. You can't really see it ever so slightly. Okay, so that shouldn't be too hard to drill out a bit more. The hard part may be putting the, if you want to, is drilling out the cooling holes. Okay, because then you haven't got the actual barrels in there. In that little part, we have what looks like the gun sight or the Amy. And then move on to the clear parts. Clear parts are crystal clear. Okay, you don't necessarily have to worry about the seam up until you're just there, because also it's meant to have that bit there, but there's a little mold seam that needs to get rid of just there. And last not least, well no, not last but not least, we have some vinyl masking. Okay, and we have the decals printed by Cartograph. Okay, so these should not have any issues. We have everything on here from all the ordnance, the special schemes, the cockpit instrument panels. Only thing I can't see on here, which I don't think they tend to do with modern jets, is harnesses. So you're going to have to source your own harnesses or get a new bang seat. But they are absolutely beautiful. All in register, hardly any carrier film. They should be a joy to use. So that's the A-10 by Hobby 2000. Now, yes, there are a few little issues with this one. When it comes to the engines, they don't sit deep enough in, which a lot of people, you know, they really wouldn't mind that. I know I'm not too bothered about that. You can pick this kit up, Hobby 2000 from certain places for about £45. So really not a lot of money. There is another, well, I say another, there are quite a few A10s kits out there in 48. We've got the Tamiya one, that's got all raised details. We have the Hobby Boss one, which is getting a bit long in the tooth at the minute. And you've got the seam lines that you've got to get rid of, which can be quite a pain. And also we have the Italieri one, which is not too bad, but again I think you have the same issues. Same issues where the blades aren't recessed enough, I believe. And then later on this year we're going to have the Great Wall Hobby one coming out, which is going to be anywhere from £75 to £90, I think. Okay, so this one is a really, really nice kit, a modern kit of the A10. Yes, it has a few issues, but issues that can be gotten around. You can get aftermarket parts for this, or you just don't bother anyway. You just do it as you so wish. Anyway, that's the two kits, and that's it from me. So I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.